2018, Nelson Mandela's grandson said, "I see eerie similarities between Israel's racial laws and policies towards Palestinians and the architecture of apartheid in South Africa." Do you agree with those many international human rights groups, the UN officials, who say the root causes need to be addressed without tackling a complete total end to the siege, the occupation, what they call and what they've classified as Israeli apartheid, that this cycle will just continue?
Yes, of course. I think our first point of departure is that as South Africa, we subscribe to the two-state solution in accordance with the borders of 1967, with, of course, East Jerusalem as its capital. What we are speaking about, the root cause of this conflict, is that there is a people that are being occupied, there is a people that are being oppressed, there is a people because of their religion and ethnicity and who they are, that are being dehumanized. It is very unfortunate, of course, that the state of Israel have, used terminology such as the dehumanization, such as animals, when they refer to the people of Palestine. And I thought what is important and key and critical is that this is not a perspective as it relates to a particular religion, because what you have, people that are being killed, that are being oppressed, it's Palestine Christians, it's Palestine Muslims. And we thought it's important that we draw, that type of a narrative from the South African government. But what the people of Palestine actually are experiencing now is probably 10 times in multi-fold what we have experienced during apartheid.
We know, as they say, it takes two to tango. The rhetoric coming from Israeli officials seems very much geared towards a further escalation, a ground invasion of Gaza. How can Arab and African countries meeting in Cairo, your president among them, what diplomatic leverage do they have, can they use to try and get the sides talking again?
Well, I think the Cairo Peace Summit have had the privilege to to have the UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres to be present. What South Africa are calling for is a UN peace initiative under the stewardship of the Secretary General to substantively engage on this issue. We are definitively calling for a peace envoy sanctioned by the UN Security Council, once again under the stewardship of the UN Secretary General. And we are raising this as South Africa because we have seen in the past there has been very unfortunate overtures to subordinate the UN Secretary General's office to subordinate.
가자지구 병원 폭발 참사에 대해서는 이스라엘 소행이 아니라고 강조했습니다. 뉴욕에서 강나림 특파원입니다.
이스라엘을 전격 방문하자마자
Nous, on a pris Pegasus.
Good morning.
Al Jazeera, Washington.
Pegasus.
Donald Trump has been fined $5,000 for violating a gag order in his civil fraud trial. Former US president was penalized after his campaign website continued to display an online post attacking a clerk at the court. If Trump violates the order again, could be jailed. Trump and several of his family members are on trial for falsifying business records and false financial statements. Ukraine is now in its 20th month of fighting. The US and European countries are sending a new package of aid and military assistance. Rob McBride reports from Kyiv.
This joint statement of support from US President Joe Biden and the European leaders is widely welcomed here in Ukraine as it prepares for a second winter since the start of this full-scale war. And it comes right after Joe Biden has requested from Congress the approval of a $105 billion joint package of aid for both Israel and Ukraine, with the majority of that, $60 billion, earmarked for Ukraine. But as Ursula von der Leyen, the European Commission president, stated at the meeting, European countries have not held back when it comes to supporting Ukraine, having donated so far $90 billion in aid, with nearly a third of that coming in the form of military assistance. And this comes as Germany announces a further arms shipment, which includes more of its Gepard air defense guns, particularly useful at shooting down drones. And this comes as Ukraine is bolstering its defenses around critical infrastructure such as power stations, with a further attempt to break its power system widely anticipated by Russia again as winter sets in. Rob McBride, Al Jazeera, Kyiv.
Well, Brazil's President has vetoed major parts of a bill that would have limited indigenous peoples' claims to ancestral lands. The legislation was put forward by Congress with the support of a powerful farm lobby following a Supreme Court ruling last month. Judges rejected a motion that would have forced indigenous groups to prove they were on contested land when the country's constitution was ratified. Niger's military rulers say they foiled the plot by ousted President Mohamed Bazoum to escape the country with his family. Bazoum has been under house arrest since being forced from power in July. In a statement, Niger's junta says Bazoum was planning to fly out to Nigeria on helicopters belonging to a foreign power. Bazoum's lawyers reject the accusations. Returning to our top story, the war in Gaza. The UN's Chief of Humanitarian Affairs has welcomed the opening of the Rafah crossing. In a statement, Martin Griffiths said, "The humanitarian situation in Gaza has reached catastrophic levels and it's important aid reaches people in need." Griffith noted that people in Gaza have endured decades of suffering and the international community cannot continue to fail them. Cindy McCain is the director of the World Food Programme and is attending that summit in Cairo.
We already have a team on the ground, and what we do is make sure that we can get not only emergency rations in, but more rations that are also sustained, and also be able to give money to those who can then buy food on the market. None of this is accessible right now, and we're running low on stores, both in our warehouse and of course in the actual stores where people go buy stuff. So this, it's a critical mass right now. We've got to get more trucks in. These 20 are great, and I've been assured that we're going to be starting Monday to be able to do it a little quicker and certainly in a more sustained and safe manner. We, again, my whole purpose of being here is to make sure that we can get the food aid in, and that's what we've been working on. And today we're seeing a little bit of movement. I'm hoping the peace conference has, gives us some help in this and making sure that we do have full sustained access. And I'm hopeful. The Egyptians have been very helpful in this. I'm hoping they continue to do so. It's dire. I mean, not only is there no food, but there's no water, as you know. There's no electricity. There's no fuel. And that combination is not only catastrophic, but this can lead to more than just starvation, but disease as well. So all of us who do, thrive in the emergency situations like this and work in these countries that need us, want to make sure that the world knows how important this is, that we get in, and that the world knows how important it is that you support organizations, not just like ours, but others, so that we can continue to do this work.
That brings us now towards the end of this news hour. We'll leave you with some live pictures coming out of the hospital in Khan Yunis in Gaza. We're back in a couple of minutes.
In 5, 4, 3, 1.
Upfront takes on big issues. This isn't a one-off. We're talking about a systemic issue here.
Black lives don't really matter in the police world.
Unflinching questions. Is war with Rwanda imminent? Rigorous debate.
People are dying because of lack of medical treatment.
Challenging conventional wisdom.
The fact that people are starting to get angry about this is in itself a sign of progress.
Join me, Mark Lamont Hill, for Upfront on Al Jazeera.
International Anti-Corruption Excellence Award. Nominate your hero now.
This is no drill, this is no joke, and this is war.
This is just an airstrike now that you've heard. It seems that it's very close here from the area of where we are.
More rockets, constant
in Ashkelon being fired from Gaza.
They moved to the southern areas of the Gaza Strip and they have been targeted by the Israeli airstrikes.
Very close to the Gaza border, we've seen a lot of tanks, and in the last half an hour or so, we are seeing increasing numbers of troops.
This is giving a picture of what kind of a war it could be on this front.
A small number of trucks carrying humanitarian aid begin entering Gaza through the Rafah crossing with Egypt. People are not being allowed across.
Every day we fear the night. There's no electricity, there's no water. We fear that the people of Gaza want to live. They can't in the night even breathe.
I'm Sami Zaidan. This is Al Jazeera live from Doha. So coming up, as the crossing opens, Egypt is hosting a summit to find ways to de-escalate Israel's war on Gaza. Israel keeps up its bombing campaign on Gaza. More than 4,000 Palestinians. Israeli military base.
여러분 안녕하십니까? 이스라엘과 팔레스타인 무장정파 하마스의 전쟁이 격화되고 있는
Nous, on a pris Pegasus.
היי, בוקר טוב.
Nous, on a pris Pegasus.
Good morning.
Nous, on a pris les gaziers.
Good morning.
Nous, on a pris Pegasus.